We've been gone for a minute, now we back with the jump off. Goons in the club, case something pops off. That's all I ever knew of that song, and because that was really one of the only parts that I liked.
Oh, that's a real song?
Yeah, that's a real song. Look Kim, the jump off.
Oh, that's why I don't
She
know.
jumped off, alright,
Yeah.
off the edge.
Yeah.
But you know, that might be a future episode. Now, speaking of episodes, welcome to the first episode of Season 1, Volume 2 of The Show. I'm your host, Merwin Brown.
And I'm the co-host, Kim. Don't need to know the last name. Ain't nothing changed.
Nothing changed but the day. And if you look at our set right here, unless you've been living under a rock for the past month or so, or haven't been watching any TV just cut off from the civilized world, then that's the only way you wouldn't know what this episode is about.
And who this is on this picture.
Right. And you know, we did a PSA. The PSA served the dual purpose for us. First, it was to, you know, acknowledge the death of Trayvon Martin and how we felt about the situation, and two, it was like pretty much like a teaser as to, you know, we're coming back. Yeah, what to expect on this first episode. And you know, I was disappointed and pleased with the PSA because I reached out to a number of people, white, black, other, you know, and I reached out to older people, younger people, and when it came time to film, I understand the people who had previous engagements or prior obligations. I understand that, so I'm not talking to you. But the people who just blatantly said that they, you know, weren't gonna do it, or the ones that said that they were gonna do it, and then when I tried to contact you, and all I got was voicemails or text back saying, "Who is this? Who are you?" Guess what? You're nobody to me now. You're nobody.
Stay on course. Stay on course.
Yeah, okay. But I was really pleased with how it turned out. It almost, you know, flowed like a poem, you know, and it was basically showing that, you know, I am. This is what I am, and this isn't just who he was. This picture that you see in the media, this isn't just who this young man was. He was a son, he was a brother, he was a cousin, he was a nephew, and he could have been a doctor. This girl trip out by the way I say a certain word, boyfriend. And I don't understand, like, a boyfriend.
Like, everybody watching this video can tell that you're not saying that correctly.
It's not correctly.
Boyfriend. But that's how you say it. It's like you cut off the last syllable of friend. It's boyfriend. And then boy. It's boyfriend. You say boyfriend.
I mean...
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but the point I was trying to make was he could have been he was someone's boyfriend as well. It's just really sad, the whole situation, and it's even more sad how, you know, a lot of people try to make it. I mean, I'm not saying it was all a race issue, because I basically would have felt the same way if this would have been a little white boy, or, you know, some other type of nationality, some different background. But in actuality, he was a black boy, and I do believe that this is what made him so-called suspicious. Now, you can dislike it, you don't have to believe it, doesn't have to be your belief, but that's what I believe. And I believe if he was a white guy walking down the street in this gated community, nothing would have happened. It wouldn't have been anything suspicious about it, because a lot of times I walk, you know, down the street to the, you know, to take the trash out. I walk down to the area where they have the mailboxes. I walk, you know, sometimes just to walk for leisure, just around the, you know, the area in a gated community. A lot of times I wear a hoodie. Am I suspicious? I mean, I'm not the darkest person in the world, but, you know, still, Am I suspicious?
You suspicious because she won't tell anybody your last name.
That's because they don't need to know my last name.
Okay, that's fine. But you know what? I'm glad you pointed that out because that reminds me of a story that I never told you.
Last name. That's for me to know, and you don't have to find that.
Okay.
People that's watching this video probably know my last name already, but I'm gonna have to shout it out to the world. You know, it's people out there hacking folks and stealing identities. All they need is a name.
You heard it here first.
That's it. I'm sorry.
Okay. This reminds me of a story that I haven't really told too many people because I mean it agitates me every time I think of the story. There's this woman, a white woman, that comes to my place of employment a lot. I work in retail, and whenever I see her, whenever I'm in uniform, she's like, "Hey, how you doing? And you know, how's things been going? Everything, you still working here, huh? I'll see you next time." And you know, friendly conversation. One night I'm with my mother, and you know, it's dark outside, but you know, I got on my polo shirt, fitted cap. You know, I'm dressed how I dress when I'm, you know, fixing to drop my mama off and have a night on the town. So I'm pumping gas at this gas station, and this woman that I see every day at my place of employment pulls up to get gas. So I'm getting gas, she's gotten her gas, she gets in her vehicle, and she leaves her gas cap off, she leaves the gas door open. And my mom's like, she's about to drive off. Go and let her know. So, you know, I'm thinking I already know the woman. So, you know, I'll just go to the vehicle and let her know. I took 2 steps to that vehicle. She looked up at me. She hit the pedal to the metal. I mean, she hit that street going about 35 at the parking lot. She looked like she wasn't paying attention to any oncoming traffic, anything. She just looked like she was going to get away from the suspicious man that was running up to her car trying to flag her down. And you know, that's just
recognize you without the uniform on in your street clothes. Fitted cap.
Yeah, I know, but you know,
Did you tell her when you saw her?
But you know, I didn't get a chance. No, I haven't seen her since. But when I do see her, you know what? I think I will let her know. This happened about a year ago, but I think I'll still let her know. But that just goes to show that if Zimmerman was part of the neighborhood watch and he's in that neighborhood, then what difference does a hoodie make? What difference does a fitted cap make? And then, you know, this whole issue really ticks me off because I done upgraded, y'all. I got a smartphone. I used to have a little flip phone that was raggedy, falling apart. Sometimes it didn't complete calls, a lot of stuff. But I woke up and an email had come through about a news report saying that Zimmerman had a website that people had set up.
He set up this website. Because basically, I guess he was saying that he's had to go into hiding for his safety, and he hasn't been able to work or go to school. And I think does his wife still work? I'm not sure. Oh, well, maybe she didn't work. I think she's in nursing school or something like that. But he, you know, I guess to be able to keep things afloat, he set up a website for people to donate monies to him. And it's like
he raised up to $200,000. Now, since then,
$200,000.
Yeah, what did I say?
I think you just said $200. I don't know.
I don't remember. I'm so ticked off I'm not talking right. But they since made them shut the website down.
Right.
However, his lawyers are thinking about keeping it going, opening up a fund to support Zimmerman with all his legal fees and, you know, all the lost wages.
Yeah, they want to get paid.
Yeah.
Of course.
Now this is my thing. $200,000. I probably did say that. $200,000 could pay off my student loans. I would have enough to get me a car and several other things. I'm in need, so I'm thinking about setting me up a website. What y'all think about that?
Man, now you have to go kill somebody first. The innocent person.
Oh, yeah, a slight person. And you know what? This picture has been all over the internet. It's been all over the television, and everybody's trying to take up for Zimmerman, talking about, oh, this picture doesn't show Trayvon as he is now.
Right.
Because
at the age of 17, they're showing him as a young boy. At a very younger age, innocent photos, but I think he had like a picture as his default picture on Twitter where he had like a little gold grill or something. So he has more thuggish looking pictures. So they're saying that they're being biased towards Trayvon because they're showing the innocent pictures of him, but yet the picture that was of Zimmerman was like an old mugshot or something. But hasn't he been to jail like 4 times or something?
I mean, if you want to.
That's the pictures that you have. I'm sorry, that's the pictures we have.
If you want to, Zimmerman family, you can submit some pictures of him sitting in church, or or some pictures of him feeding the homeless, or something like that. But even if he is 18, he's still a slight young African American male compared.
And even with that, the more I guess the more thuggish pictures of him, he still had this same little baby face. He still looks exactly the same. Yeah. Those big little high cheekbones. He's still a cute boy.
I wanna get on my black people. It's a segment in every show where I have to get on get on my people. Trayvon Martin is not the poster child for African America's next new fad, next new cause to group together. Yeah, he's not something popular like a new pair of J's that y'all been killing each other for yourselves. This is a cause. This is ongoing. They call the civil rights movement a movement for a reason. If it's a movement, it's not stopping. It keeps going. And I think I said that same statement in one of the Black History episodes we did. When Obama was getting elected, everybody was hollering, yes, we can. When Rodney King got beat, everybody was yelling, can't we all just get along? When O.J. Simpson was on trial, we were saying if the glove doesn't fit, we must acquit. Now everybody want to say, I am Trayvon Martin. No, you are Lakeisha Thompson. You are LaJavion Davis. You are Tanaka Smith. That's who you are. And you're sitting at home, and you sitting on that computer, and you're drawing those checks from your baby daddy that's done ran off and left you, so you getting that child support. And you think it was slick for you to go and run in your closet real quick, put on a hoodie, and take a new Facebook picture, and now you down for the cause. No, you're not.
Because now you're not, I don't see, like, when it was going on, because I didn't really post about it, because there was a lot of other things going on as well. And I felt like it would have been kind of biased to just post about that, because it was a lot of, it was an innocent woman that was killed in her home in San Diego. She was from Iraq. I'm sure it's not the same situation, but it was a hate, people are relating it to a hate crime. So there were several other issues. So why just blow this one up or whatever? So I never did really post any status about it. Of course, I felt some type of way about it. But, you have people like every day, 2 and 3 times a day, several photos throughout the day in their hoodies. And of course that you were bringing awareness to the issue, because someone that didn't know what was going on saw that status or saw the photos or whatever that you posted and went and tried to educate themselves about what went on or what happened. But I mean, now that I guess that Zimmerman, the charges have been brought up against him or whatever, they think that justice is served. He still has not went to trial. I think the trial is ongoing now, but he still hasn't been charged with anything. There still hasn't been any verdict that has been reached. So why aren't you still posting these pictures? Why aren't we still making these status updates about it? Yeah. It seemed like everything just stopped because it was trending at the time. Just like right before the Trayvon situation, it was like the Coney or whatever it was, 2012.
Yeah.
Everybody was posting about that. Then everybody was posting about Trayvon. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now everybody's just posting about basketball games. So
just because this the digital age don't mean that all your work is done sitting behind a computer posting topics. You need to get up and you need to go out and you need to address these topics in the community which you live, because it truly does take a village. And you know what? If you're not doing anything in your community, what do you really amount to? You got to think about this. Not just Black America, white America, Hispanic Americans, you know, Asian Americans. We all need to come together, because America is a melting pot. Like, everybody comes to America. They talk about the American dream, but the American dream is slowly turning into a nightmare. It really is, and it's sickening, because I was talking at work just the other day how it's taxes being taken out of our check to take care of people that
can take care of themselves.
That can take care of themselves. But by the time you and I get to the age where we can retire, me before you,
because I'm young,
there won't be any of that money left.
Right.
So we gonna be 95 years old.
Trying to work, retirement money or 401k that really ain't.
Us sitting in our hover rounds at the front door of certain stores, greeting people. Take that how you want. So Black people, we can't just leave these certain things up and just make them trends and start changing causes like people change drawers.
And I don't believe like that everyone that posted a photo or made a status about it was that way. You know, some people are attention seekers, so they do what other people do just to get attention. But, you know, like I said, you know, like the rally that we went to, we had a rally here in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, that the mayor, you know, the mayor was there. There was a representative from, representatives there from the ACLU. You know, there were just several people there that were speaking and, you know, bringing awareness to the situation at hand. And it wasn't really, I was very disappointed at the turnout.
We thought it wasn't going to be anywhere to park. We was wondering if we were going to be able to stand close. I could have stood up next to the mayor if I wanted to.
Like, I whipped up in the first parking spot I saw. We walked right around the corner. And, I mean, there was
and it was just as many white people there.
It was more.
Yeah, more white people there than there were Black people. But this is our cause. Do you see what I'm saying now? This is our cause. We can't leave it up to Al Sharpton and his perm, because at the end of the day, he always gonna show up where it's trouble. Right. That's what he getting paid to do. He's showing up wherever there's an issue, talking on all these TV interviews so he can cash that check and buy him a new tea tree. What type of perm they using now? What's hot right now?
I don't know.
Whatever process he putting in his hair. That's what he doing. Him and Jesse Jackson too. Trayvon Martin, the nation is starting to be disheartened by the dissidence of the philosophical breakdown of our nation.
Yeah, whatever that means. Did he say that for real?
No, he didn't say that, but that sounded like something that he would say.
Quote.
Okay, it sounds like something that he would say. He likes to rhyme.
Yeah, he does.
He really does. I think that helped him remember what he gonna say.
I think he makes up.
But you know, in closing, y'all, we just want to talk. You know, we wanted to touch on the issue, and you know, we started to do this as soon as it happened. But you know what? We was like,
we're not gonna be
there's really not a need.
That's posting videos or whatever. So here we are, months later. And there's still, you know, there has been charges brought against Zimmerman, but, you know, I would really hate this did happen in the state of Florida, and a lot of cases that's come through.
Crooked anyway. Look at George Bush.
George Bush ain't from Florida.
But yeah, but his brother
was what?
What was he, governor?
Yeah,
of Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, and it just so happened to have to do a recount in Florida, and he got the president's coincidence? I think not. Obama, 2012.
Yeah, I second that. But what was I saying?
The state of Florida.
Yeah, I would. The state of Florida. There has been several cases. Where I really didn't agree with what happened in the situation or the courts. More recently, that some of you all may remember, is the Casey Anthony trial. So I would just hate, everybody's hooping and hollering. Yeah, okay, yeah, we've crossed one bridge, but we have to cross another one once that verdict comes. He had the charges have been brought against him. He was arrested or whatever. Finally. I feel like he should have been arrested when it first happened. But all we have to do is, stay in the media like we have been. Stay on Facebook, stay on Twitter, stay on whoever's still on MySpace, or whatever new little social networking site that's up.
Instagram is the new hot thing.
Yeah,
I hadn't gotten into that yet because it's like
I just see people
it's
taking
just like
pictures.
A website of pictures. It's kind of like Twitter but with pictures.
I mean, I could just
and
upload a picture.
I don't take that many pictures.
I do, but I could just upload a picture to Facebook because everybody takes Instagram pictures and put them on Facebook.
Oh, and do you remember like on Facebook, this episode is getting longer and longer, but you remember on Facebook when like there was like people, it better not have stopped. If that camera has stopped, our cameraman couldn't be with us tonight. He couldn't be here. He's in the process of moving right now. Yeah, go check.
Excuse me.
But while she's checking it, we can. Is it still going?
Oh yeah.
Oh, how many minutes did it say? Oh Lord, we gotta wrap this up because y'all gonna get tired of hearing us. But they were talking about
for real.
They was talking about this white woman that was murdered. Was she murdered by a black person or?
I'm not sure what white woman you're talking about.
Yeah, there was a white woman they was talking about on Facebook that had got murdered, violently, and they was like, but nobody wants to address that because, what if the tables were turned? We're not trying to say, that this takes precedence over anything else,
right.
But you have to look at it as a double standard. When you look at headline news and Nancy Grace, every time little Susie or little Jethro or little Chad gets lost, or gets harmed, it's all over the news. But how many black children go missing every year and we don't even hear about it unless we go in one of those stores and look at one of those missing people boards? It ain't on TV. But you know what? Tell us what you think about that. You can still write to us at thisshow@yahoo.com. It'll be at the bottom of the screen, and make sure to keep subscribing. Tell your friends to subscribe to us.
Share our video, watch it more than one time, like it,
love it, comment on it.
Just tell us what you think. We know it's a bit long. Hopefully, if you get to this point, you've watched the whole thing, and we really appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the outpouring of love because during our hiatus,
a lot of people's like, where's the show? I've been waiting on the show. When's the next show coming up? Like, where,
That pumped up my head.
I know.
Got a big ego. Until next time, we'll talk to you. We'll be right here. You'll be right there. And we'll bring you tons of new episodes of The Show.
I say a prayer every night. Whatever I do,